We first heard of Linnpower as a component supplier for big brands such as Meepo and Ace Deck. After years of building parts for others, Linnpower finally decided to take center stage, launching boards under its own name. This month, they've released a pair of flagship all-terrain boards, the Linnpower Ox at a launch price of $1,699, and its big brother, the Ox ER, priced at $2,199. Essentially, the ER version packs a bigger battery and more premium wheels, and that's what we'll be reviewing today. There are plenty of companies at $2,199, but honestly, once you're past the $1,500 mark, every board is kinda already maxed out on specs. What really matters is how each one differentiates itself. That said, we're still going to look at the numbers, because that's what we do here, for fun. So as usual, let's run through each part. The Ox ER's deck is a blend of Canadian maple, bamboo, and fiberglass, the same triple composite formula we usually see on top-tier boards. What's unique is this split-angle design. This is the second board we've tried with a split-angle design after Ace Deck's Nomad series. For the Linnpower Oxes, the front truck angles up 8 degrees for more responsive carving, and the rear truck angles down 8 degrees for better high-speed stability. We loved that setup on the Nomad and always wondered why more boards don't use it. The deck itself has a double drop configuration, giving it a low center of gravity. It also has a healthy amount of U-shaped concave that helps lock your feet in securely. It's a pretty large deck, 45 inches long and 15.5 inches wide. Linnpower emphasizes that they use high-quality epoxy resin and a high-pressure molding process to build it, which not only gives it a premium finish but also makes it more durable. But that's the marketing speech. We just know that it looks delicious. That hump in the middle of the deck? That's where the ESC sits. Instead of placing a bulky battery box under the deck like a typical mountain board setup, Linnpower positioned the ESC on top. This frees up more space underneath for the massive battery. It's not intrusive at all. It's slim enough that it doesn't interfere with foot placement. Linnpower uses the tried and true Hobbywing ESC, so you can expect perfectly smooth speed control, smart power on, and customizable ride modes straight from the remote. Speaking of which, while the electronics inside are still Hobbywing standard, the housing is custom designed, a CNC machined aluminum frame and scroll wheel. Functionally, it doesn't change much, but it did feel better in the hand. Flipping the deck over, the thick enclosure houses a 16S 6P battery. For the base version, it uses EVE 40P cells, which give you 1,382 watt-hours and an advertised range of 39 miles or 65 kilometers. For the ER version, it uses Samsung 50S cells, one of the best cells for eSkate, bringing total capacity up to 1,728 watt-hours and an advertised range of 51 miles or 85 kilometers on a single charge. These are solid battery sizes for the price tag, but what's more noteworthy is the 16S configuration, which is less commonly seen, compared to the 14S setups you usually see on the competitors at this price. The higher voltage 16S system delivers the same power with less current, meaning less heat, better efficiency, and stronger torque at higher speeds. In short, it should keep performance more consistent even during long, aggressive rides. And speaking of power, both Ox models use dual 6487 motors, each rated at 4,000 watts, bringing total system output to 8,000 watts. They're paired with Linnpower's gear drive system, which comes with an 11-tooth gear by default, but lets you swap to a 13-tooth gear if you want to trade some torque for higher top speed. With the SpeedFocus 13T setup, the Ox ER is advertised to reach 43.5 miles per hour or 70 kilometers per hour, whereas the default setups with 11T max out at 40 miles per hour or 65 kilometers per hour, which is crazy and definitely not something we're planning to test ourselves. What's fun though is that the Ox is advertised to go from 0 to 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. We tried that, and we think the Ox can really do 0 to 30 in 3 seconds, but too bad due to skill issues, we couldn't. It was mad fun trying though. Now, with great top speed comes the great need for stability, so let's talk about the trucks. They're forged and CNC machined traditional kingpin trucks, exactly what we expect from a board at this price. Even the kingpin and axle are made from forged chromium nickel steel, heat treated and electroplated for extra toughness. We're confident about the durability of these trucks, but we'll talk about how they actually perform later in the riding experience section. The Oxes come with 160mm wheels, but the Ox ER steps up to wider 160 by 70mm Next Racing slicks. These racing wheels are quite different. They're fat and smooth, without grooves. I'm not sure why, but I have a hunch they're specialized for racing. I just worry a bit about their versatility, especially when it comes to off-road scenarios. Thankfully, the hubs are Linnpower's quick-release design. Swapping wheels is toolless and fast, so you can easily switch to traditional pneumatic wheels or even Linnpower's 190mm mountain board tires. The Linnpower Ox ER is one of those boards that clearly specializes in something. And that something is running really fast on tarmac, and it'll absolutely shine on a racing track. On smooth roads, the board feels incredible. Those fat racing tires are wide, flat, and sticky. They hug the tarmac and make the ride feel super sticky. The acceleration is absolutely thrilling. It's the kind of power that's limited only by your own skill and bravery, not by the board. And when you're cruising at high speed, it's unbelievably stable. At 31 miles per hour, about 50 kilometers per hour, the Ox ER feels calm and nonchalant. It's one of the few boards where going that fast feels like a low-risk, walk-in-the-park kind of ride. But this kind of specialization does come with trade-offs. The trucks are on the stiffer side, tuned for stability instead of agility. They have a large turning radius, which means it's not easy to pull off a U-turn on a double-lane road. This isn't a board you flick around. It's a board that holds its line and charges forward. And while the Ox ER has the torque to till a field, its racing slick tires simply aren't made for it. They're smooth with no grooves, and while they grip the road like glue on dry tarmac, they tend to lose traction on uneven or loose surfaces. It's not that the board lacks power, it just doesn't have the tire bite for true off-roading. Thankfully, that's an easy fix. Swap in a set of all-terrain wheels and you instantly unlock a more versatile setup that can go anywhere you want. But in its stock form, this is a speed-focused machine, built for tarmac, thrill, and precision. We've had tons of fun riding it. The power comes on instantly. There's no limit to how fast you want to accelerate, and no limit to how far you want to go either, thanks to that beefy battery. It's fast, it's stable, and it just makes you want to keep pushing the throttle again and again. As we said at the outset, premium boards over $1,500 are all amazing. It's really about what kind of amazing you're looking for. The Linnpower Ox ER is like a two-seated race car in the e-skate world. It has a narrower use case than an SUV or even a sedan, but every time you push on that throttle, it's freaking awesome. That said, it doesn't have to be shoehorned into a narrow category either. It actually has the tools to do everything. With a simple wheel swap, it can become an off-road machine, and a bushing change can loosen up the trucks for more agility. For riders who want a performance beast that's more nimble or versatile, there are other boards that come tuned that way out of the box. This one, though, comes tuned for speed and stability. With that, they are a little less at home for sidewalk commutes or off-road riding. With all that said, we love this beauty. How can you not? As always, if you are looking to buy a Linnpower board, or actually any e-skate, be sure to use our affiliated discount code with the link below. It will help you get a small monetary discount and helps us out too. You'll also be tagged as an Electric Skateboard HQ customer and probably be treated better. Ride safe, guys.